Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel At Home with Chelle. So today's video is my second in the weaning series and is all about stage 1 weaning. So in this video I'll be talking to you about actually getting started with weaning in those first few days, so from when you know the baby's ready to what you need and what kind of foods that you can give your baby in those first few weeks. It can be so confusing when you first start weaning, and I have read so many books on the subject. This is my second daughter, but it's been a while since I did weaning as my eldest is quite a bit older now and so much has changed. So I've had to learn it all again, so I wanted to share with you what I've learned. There's different schools of thought on it, but essentially there's 3 different stages to weaning your baby. The first stage is all about first tastes, so around the kind of 6-month mark. Then it's around introducing more solids gradually, so around the 6 to 9 month mark. And then there's the stage 3 of weaning, which is from around 9 to 12 months, where you're gradually introducing... Oh, do you like that? Where you're gradually introducing solids into their diet to eventually replace their milk. So this is Arabella, and she has just turned 6 months. So we've just started weaning her. Are you saying hello? She's just saying hello. So I thought I would share our weaning journey with you. On to stage 1 weaning. So like I said, this is all about first taste and experiencing food for the first time. So it's not really important how much they eat, it's just about making sure that they get used to the different flavours and different textures that food has compared to milk. So the first thing that you might be thinking is, when do you actually get started? So it's recommended that you don't start weaning your baby from around 6 months old. This is so kind of everything in their gut is completely developed and they're actually ready to start processing kind of proper foods. So they say around 6 months, so there's no kind of magic switch that as soon as they turn 6 months that they're ready for feeding. It might be a little bit before 6 months or it might be a little bit after 6 months, but generally it's around that time, and they say that you shouldn't start weaning your baby before 16 weeks, so no earlier than 4 months. So you will know your baby better than anyone else, and I think you will know when they're ready for weaning. One way of knowing if your baby is ready for weaning is that they can sit unaided for quite a long period of time and they have really strong head and neck support. The second is that they're able to coordinate their hands to their mouth, so they've got that kind of really good hand-eye coordination and they can actually start to pick up foods and put them to the mouth. The third is that they can actually swallow food. So when babies are born, they have what's called a tongue thrust. So if anything but liquid kind of touches the back of their mouth, then they spit it out. So they should actually be able to swallow their food. If your baby is showing these 3 signs and they're around the 6 month mark, then signs are they're probably ready to start weaning. But like I said, you know your baby better than anyone else, so you just need to go with your own gut. Before you start weaning, there's a few weaning essentials that you may need. So you'll need things such as a high chair, you'll need bowls, bibs, spoons. If you're planning on making your own food, you might also need a hand blender and some food storage. I've made a full video on weaning essentials, which I'll put in the description down below if you want to watch that for a full list of everything that we used. Now, something else that you might be wondering about is, do you do baby-led weaning or puree? So it's so confusing. Baby-led weaning seems to be quite a new thing. But essentially, baby-led weaning is where you just give your baby kind of finger foods and you don't puree anything at all. You just give them normal foods that you would eat, and they just can pick them up and put them in the mouth themselves. So this would generally be when they are kind of over the 6 month mark and they've got that really good hand-eye coordination. It's not really about them kind of being able to eat the food, it's more just about them getting used to having the food. The other way of weaning your baby is the more traditional way, which is with pureed fruit and vegetables to start off with. So what we are doing is a mixture of the two. So in the first couple of weeks, just to get my daughter used to the food, we're doing pureed food. Then after that, I'm going to add in a little bit more baby-led weaning, just with a few finger foods so she can pick them up. Stage 1 weaning is all about introducing different flavours and textures. You might be thinking, how often do I do it and how much? I'll show you a table of what we kind of followed in those first couple of weeks. I'll put it on my website at homewithchelle.com. You can view it on there, you can print it off. I found this really handy, so I kind of knew what she was going to be eating and when. So as you can see, in the first few days, we only kind of started introducing bits of food a small bit at a time. So starting just around lunchtime, and then gradually after those first couple of weeks working up to adding in maybe breakfast time, and then after that adding in the 3 meals a day. In terms of how much should they eat, like I said, I have read quite a few books on it, and the book don't really cover how much. I would say generally it seems to be around kind of 2 tablespoons of food, but if your baby doesn't have that much in the first few days or weeks, it doesn't really matter. It's just about them getting used to experiencing those new foods. So I don't ever give her any more than 2 tablespoons of food, but if she doesn't take it, then that's absolutely fine too. It's really important to remember that when you start introducing solids, milk is still the most important thing for them. Until they're about 1 year old, milk should still be the primary part of their diet. You may be wondering what kind of first food should you start with. So you want to keep it really simple, just introducing 1 food at a time. So ideal foods to start with are things like pureed carrot, pureed parsnips, pureed potatoes, sweet potatoes, broccoli, cauliflower, peas. We've even had courgettes. She loves pureed apples. Bananas are fantastic because you don't need to cook them, and if you're going out you can just quickly mash them. Avocados, blueberries, lots and lots of things. I've also made this wall chart, which I will put a quick shot of now, again, which is on my website. We basically have this printed out on the wall, and every time Arabella tries a new food, then I just put the date on it so I can keep track of the different types of food that she has actually tried. And this is also really good if, for example, they have any allergies or anything, or if they're intolerant, because you'll be able to track what they had on what day. Over the past couple of weeks, I've been filming what I've been making and feeding Arabella as part of her weaning journey. So I'll show you that now and show you how I actually made the food. So I hope you enjoy watching. Look at that. Oh, silly baby. What's that? Do you want to try some butternut squash? Dee? You like? Not sure? Yeah? You do like? You ready for some banana? What's that face all about then? I've just batch cooked some baby food for Arabella, which looks absolutely disgusting. So it's just potatoes, carrots and peas. So hopefully she will like it. Let's see. Oh, you like that, don't you? That is avocado, banana and blueberries. You like that? Yeah. Yummy? Is that yummy? Do you love your porridge? I really hope that you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't already done so, then I would love you to subscribe to my channel, and as always, thank you for watching.